get it.
Decentral Ops, this the theater they deny exists. Missile been playing a long game, camo hidden in the mist. Four flags flood asylum with a smoking optics twist. They orchestrate the outrage while the headlines never make the list. Netting all who front and center, pushing, flipping, scripting in his chair. Turn the crisis to a weapon while the camera set and stare. Global chessboard shifting, every rook prearranged. They paint halos on the guilty, flipping villains to appear as saints. Contracts in the shadows, laundering the public trust. Playing a hero in the story, make the slaughter seem just. Narratives and echo chambers, they spin and refine. Trade your mind and freedom for illusion, self-compliance is divine. But the batters see the patterns through the fabric we crawl. From Tel Aviv to Langley, every signal we log it all. And on pulse chain, we weaponize the code they despise. Our resistance born before the empire dies. Operation by operation, indoctrinating nations on repeat. Plant the spark, fan and panic, manic profit flow from the streets. From the embassy briefings to the press room stage, they acting out reactions, calibrating, manufacture rage. Old names in new uniforms, same theater of control. They script the saints and sinners, they rehearse every role. Unit 8200 ghosts, sweep the data unseen. Harvest leverage from your whispers, engineer what you mean. Every scandal's a diversion, every crisis a screen. While they siphon all resistance in the corporate machines. They build myths in the daylight, but the chain never lies. The central truth cutting deep through their synthetic disguise. We don't pray for their downfall, we code it instead. Forge a rebellion, plant defiance in the thread.
Break the illusion, they scripted inside the screen. Decode every tactic concealed in the machine. They weaponize stories, fabricate who's to blame. But the code writes the verdict and exposes their regime. Break the illusion, they scripted inside the screen. Decode every tactic concealed in the machine. They weaponize stories, fabricate who's to blame. But the code writes the verdict and exposes their regime.
Decades of deception now compressing the chains. They weaponize belief, but beliefs now are vain. Netanyahu speaks of safety while the contracts expand. A surveillance state rising under lawful command. They embed in your devices, in your markets, your feeds. Script the enemies and heroes, plant the trauma you need. But the ledger record different, immutable and pure. Every hash a confession, every block in the law. The rebels never march loud, we just fracture the norms. The payloads through protocols, crash a centralized form. People stake the treasury, privacy fuels the rise. And the missile playbook crumbles under sovereign eyes. This is digital reprisal, built in silence and code. An uprising the vapes on a decentralized road. They can't rewrite the data once the signal's alive. The future ain't for sale, and we will not subscribe.